We are live Sunday, November 2nd, as my Cincinnati Bengals fall. Oh, man. It's bad for my boys. They fall 42-47 to the Chicago Bears. I'm looking for my ashtray. So I want to go live because I've been calling out a lot of these fake ass Bengal fans that decided that they wanted to be Bengal fans all of a sudden. Back when we were peaking too early, because this is probably around the time where the Bengals should have been doing what they did back in 2021 and 2022. Excuse me. The fact that all these so-called experts claim that they know football or know sports, um, basically, I'm doing this just because I'm tired of the fake Cincinnati Bengal fans. People talking about burning their jerseys. They quitting on this team. They're done with this team. You know what I'm saying? That's cool because for me, as a Bengal fan, virtually all my life since 1986, it's a lot of people that got longevity more than me that have been down with the Bengals since '68, since their inception. Um, it is frustrating being a Bengal fan. I'm saying, but you have to ask yourself, and not as a fan, you have to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? Why you keep cheering for this team? And these gripes ain't new. This ain't just with me since '86. Since I heard somebody say they've been a Bengal fan since 1994. You got some people probably coming around in 2000 or whatever like that, but um, we wasn't good in the '90s, in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying, until Marvin Lewis came about, and I'm gonna speak on that man here in a minute. I only jumped on the bandwagon of not even the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying, I just got to the point to where like I keep on hearing about, oh, Marvin Lewis need to go. He been here too long. I like, I'm tired of him taking the grunt and the blame. When his whole motto was do your job. And I'm gonna try to tie that into the current Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Marvin Lewis came 2002, 2003. And to me, because I had to suffer through those years, people get mad at me because I always reset every year. You know what I'm saying? Whether they went 2-14, this is when they had the 16 game seasons. People that have been fan longer than me remember the 14 game seasons. But they done went 4-12 and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't winning in the regular season. They wasn't winning. It was tough. People asking me, we used to always play Tecmo Bowl. Like, why are you using the Bengals? Just my team. You know what I'm saying? I was never really into watching sports really until rough, like I said, '86. You know what I'm saying? '88 when they made it to the Super Bowl. Because I wasn't really following sports like that. You know what I'm saying? I was outside playing sports, and so when I'm out there trying to be great, I'm not really worried about these other these professionals. You know what I'm saying? But after so long, you know what I'm saying, you get around and you start just watching more games, you know what I'm saying, and you get, okay, this is what to do. You know what I'm saying? Then they make you even feel like, okay, I'm gonna try to go ahead outside and duplicate that. And I think as fans, we forget our place, because if you don't know the grind of a two a day, now junior high and high school, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know about the two a days. You know what I'm saying? Those was tough. Imagine doing it on the NFL level and trying to sustain. And what I'm recognizing is, and again, especially when they're on their down years, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like, oh, you don't want to put pressure on the organization, you know what I'm saying, or you don't want this team. It's not that I don't want them to win. And I'm gonna fast forward to 2017. Well, rewind, you know what I'm saying, but I was talking about when I first started getting it in, you know what I'm saying, but around 2017, they gave me some disappointing years, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I just had to come to grips. This is not a good team. And overall, you may have to accept that this is not a good organization. You know what I'm saying? Um, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, they don't want to win," but y'all keep buying season tickets every year. And y'all keep showing up, and Y'all keep allowing the Bengals to suck you back in. Now, I'm tired of the Bengals pissing me off, ruining my Sundays, taking my money. Stop watching the games, stop going to the games, and stop buying merch. It really is just that simple, you know what I'm saying? And people want to give me pushback, you know what I'm saying, about, oh, this and that, this and that. It's not, I don't have no skin in the game or know anybody or close to the organization to get any insight. So really, I'm spewing like y'all, but I'm trying to be logical about the shit. Y'all was pissed as hell. When they was down, I think they was down 2 scores, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what, it's over, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, 2-something, 3-something left, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's over with, you know what I mean? Another debacle. When it took me a shire, came back, it was 35-41. I'm like, oh shit. And they were setting up for the onsides. I'm like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they gave it a shot, you know what I'm saying? Onsides, I think prior to the Bengals doing that, it was only 2 successful onside kicks in 2025. So Bengals are the 3rd team, you know what I'm saying? Even though theirs came with a loss, you know, they did something that just don't happen. Got the onside kick with a good kick by Evan McPherson, you know what I'm saying, to be able to only win 8 yards, but because it went 8 yards, due to the fact that it hit a Bears foot, it's live, you know what I'm saying? It don't have to travel 10 yards, you know what I'm saying? As soon as somebody touch it and they don't secure it, free ball, you know what I'm saying? Bengals got it. All right, cool. At this time, no timeouts. They set up on I think they're 40, so they got to go 60. And they did that. Now, yeah, being a fan since 86, it had to go through the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm like Joe Flacco, and I want to point out something that I don't know if too many people spotted it. Joe Flacco was walking the sidelines, and he just happened to pass our former starting quarterback, Joe Burrow. I read Joe Burrow lips said, "Good job." Joe Flacco ain't paying no attention to that shit because I go back to previous games. I think when we won versus Pittsburgh, he was saying, yeah, it's good that we were able to do some things, you know what I'm saying, but until it hit 0 and the final score says that we won, I'm not about to celebrate. I'm about to do none of that. So he's seasoned in the game, and he's played and seen a lot of football. He knew how to keep his composure. And so I want to play some clips from Joe Flacco, if I could, fair use.
Well, it's tough, you know. I mean, but you know, anytime you're on the losing end, it's tough. I think when you've played a lot of games, it's not the way you lose doesn't make it any worse necessarily. You know, I think you learn that these games come down to the last minute, and you got to be ready for anything. And you know, a win's a win, a loss is a loss. When did you start feeling that hope in that game, late in that fourth quarter? Obviously, I think when you go down and then you think what you have is a touchdown, and no, it's incomplete, and then you throw an interception. And obviously, at the time, you thought they scored a touchdown. That was probably that at that point, you probably weren't thinking too much about it. But then when we went down and scored for that, you know, when you go down and you score and you make it a one-score game, I mean, anything can happen. Onside kicks, not very likely, but who knows? You know, I think we were down by 14 and we were going out there, and I said, hey, listen, crazier things have happened. Like somebody, a coach that was standing right there, you know, I think it was a tight ends coach. And, but I think, you know, after maybe there's a little bit of hope after you score that first one, but you're probably at that point, I mean, I think fans are going through the same thing, like as players are at that point. So whatever you were feeling and the fans were feeling, we were probably feeling the same thing.
I hear a lot of people want to blame coaches. I never coached, no level, but I'm a student, and I listen. And I always say, listen to the players. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to listen to the beat reporters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Players have to hold themselves accountable, and you have to be coachable, and you have to really take this shit seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because later in this clip, Joe Flacco mentions that this is his livelihood, playing this game that's a game that we all played in the backyard. Some of us played beyond high school. Some played in college. You know what I'm saying? But I think and getting into it with other people having these conversations. I'm saying, other Bengal fans as well. So quick to want to have everybody fired. I mean, if that's the case, that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a Bengal fan through and through. You know what I'm saying? I never really wore any other team's colors faithfully like I do with my Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watch, other teams. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a sports fan when it's all said and done. But to be so quick to say like, oh, it's on the coaching, it's on the coaching. Yeah, you can give them a fair share of the blame, but when you're trying to give it all to them, these are grown adults who put in the work at one point. Here's what it is. They actually had passion. This is before they was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Probably I see on a Pop Warner on a Pop Warner level, you know what I'm saying, you may get certain players may get certain accolades, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, everybody getting a juice box or a Gatorade, whatever snack, a bag of chips or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? So we all good, you know what I'm saying? It's our reward for our win. But bottom line is, you know what I'm saying, where's the passion that you had? I need that passion you had when you first started playing the game. Like when you first felt like I want to be an NFL football player. I think that's what's missing in the game. Everybody want to shine. Everybody want to get the bag. When a lot of times when everybody secure the bag, where's the passion at? Where was that when you was playing this shit for free? That's my gripe. So I want to hold the players accountable as much as everybody want to put all the blame on coaching. You know what I'm saying? And we can even say Duke told me, or you can even say the organization, you know what I'm saying? But to put it all on the coaches, you know what I'm saying, especially Zach, and people want to say, all these Zach Taylor apologists and all that, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But 7 years in, his first head coaching job, got you to a Super Bowl. His third year, Joe Burrow's second year coming off the ACL in his rookie year. Everybody was saying like, oh, okay, they peaking when they made it to the Super Bowl. They say they peaking too soon, or even when they was making their run and they started winning games to put themselves in position. I think we won a division and secured a wild card spot. What I'm trying to do is weed out all you Joe Burrow, LSU, just fan of players and stuff like that. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? But this is my team. So whether Joe Burrow gets traded or requests a trade, whatever, because I appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? He from Ohio. I'm from Ohio. That's great. I didn't know nothing about Joe Burrow. I didn't know that he was from Ohio. I didn't know he was trying to battle for a spot for the Buckeyes. But they had like three dope ass quarterbacks ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? But he's trying to I guess he didn't work. He didn't work hard enough or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he got shipped off to LSU with Coach O. Shout out to Coach O for giving Joe Burrow a shot. But I didn't find nothing about him until he won a Heisman. That's when I found out like, oh, he's from here because I'm UC Bearcats. You know what I'm saying? I'm Cincinnati Bearcats. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was seeing what you watch highlights and you see what's going on. You know what I'm saying, like, and you hearing the name. You know what I'm saying, but you don't know nothing about the guy. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, y'all want Joe Burrow back in Louisiana? You know what I'm saying, hey, we can get him up out. You can blame the organization for not putting an offensive line in front of him to protect him and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying, but he's a wild boy. He will extend plays because he want to try to make college plays. He want to make them splash plays. You know what I'm saying? Them big time plays and everything. And in the day NFL, if you can get those off, cool. Those aren't guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? You have to execute. And see, that's my gripe with, oh, it's coaching, it's coaching, it's coaching. Well, if I'm coaching you up and giving you the game plan and you seeing something wrong with it, it's your job as the player to communicate with the coach, like, hey, coach, we seeing something different out there. You know what I'm saying? Because the players are on the field. And again, once upon a time, I was an advocate for players calling their own plays. And I still stand on that, you know what I'm saying? Just because, coaches ain't getting job done or whatever. But if you're not helping the coaches make adjustments, you know what I'm saying, by what y'all seeing, and okay, you have to execute the plays called, man. Like, you got to see what's going on and make adjustments accordingly. You got to help the coaches adjust, and then you have to be coachable. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's my gripe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to communicate with the coaches. Coaches got to communicate with the players. It seemed like it's a lack of communication, you know what I'm saying? But let's hear some more from Joe Flacco.
Or so it's the first time.
The way the last 3 games have gone, how do you keep the frustration from seeping among the offensive players and the way the games have gone? How do you
So what have we played 9 games now? We have 8 left. If you don't keep your head down and go to work, then it's going to be a long, miserable season for you. You can't get distracted, and you can't. You're going to be emotional after a game, but at some point you got to let that go. This is our profession. We do this for a living, and we take pride in doing it. And I hope that you would continue to take pride in doing what you do for a living, no matter what the outcome is. And
going back to what I said about having passion, that same passion you had when you was a kid, when you realize, your athleticism, and you felt like you can, you can do this, you can play this game. You got to want to be great. I'm tired of players coming to my Bengals and wanting to die. This ain't them 90s teams no more. Y'all want to run with narratives, you know what I'm saying, that's so ancient, you know what I'm saying, that I try to tell people, man, like, I bring up Marvin Lewis. Ever since he came, we've been relevant. We wasn't that relevant. I don't know how many coaches I would have to go back, but the likes of Dave Shula and Dick LeBeau, who came from Pittsburgh as their defensive coordinator, came to be our head coach for like a season, and then got rid of him. Then he went back to Pittsburgh, and I think they ended up winning the Super Bowl under his defense. And then you got I can't think of his name right now, you know what I'm saying, but he was a defensive end that came from Pittsburgh. He played a season with us, and he didn't have none of that passion that he had when he was in Pittsburgh. Cut his ass the following year, and then he went back to Pittsburgh. It's James Harrison. And he's a prime example of why, when I hear people say, oh, the Bengals need to go get this guy. They need to go get this guy. Don't say they did end up getting Noah Fant. They did end up getting Mike Gesicki. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was calling for those as far as like tight ends and stuff like that. And then here's another gripe. Because now I'm dissing these players who ain't here. The DJ Readers, Jesse Bates, Cheeto Uzier. Somebody brought up Mike Hilton, and basically saying the Bengals didn't do anything to replace them or keep them. If I'm speculating, I'm saying maybe they made him an offer. Maybe it was a few of them players that didn't want to keep. I know Jesse Bates, when he was going through his contract dispute, he was at a preseason game with his phone at a Bengals game, but he wasn't at practice. I give it to Trey Henderson, who I won't go on now. You know what I'm saying? At least he showed up after they threatened to fine him. I give kudos to Jamar Chase, for coming last year when he was going through his contract dispute or whatnot. And he showed up to practice. You know what I'm saying? Jesse Bates, what has he done? How many playoffs games has he won with Atlanta since he left the Cincinnati Bengals. Because to date, he may be having some success down there, but he ain't having the success that he had with the Bengals 2022, when him and Von Bell combined for a pass breakup that turned into an interception against the Kansas City Chiefs, which helped us go to the Super Bowl. Like I appreciate those highlights, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bruh, this is what we offering you. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't know if the Bengals done got burnt in the past by giving big contracts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But we're not giving you the market, you know what I'm saying, when there's other safeties out there better than you. And I didn't shed no motherfucking tears, you know, when they let him walk out the door. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to be here. He wasn't at practice. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing enough to at least show support that he do want to be here. You know what I'm saying? When you in the stands, yeah, granted, he was probably it was at Paul Brown at the time, Paul Brown Stadium at the time. But he was in the stands with a phone talking shit on his little IG or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So dude didn't want to be here. So I don't want guys who don't want to be here. Like I said, the James Harrisons and all that shit, I'm saying, let them walk. Let them go where they want to be at. And then I tell you fans who tired of this team, they letting you down, they hurting your heart, they taking your money, move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Fans have to be accountable for dealing with the nonsense that we put up with. In the moment, I was with y'all like, you know what I'm saying? But then after a while, you got to calm down and be like, ain't shit I can do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out there. You know what I'm saying? I know we get in the habit of saying we not players, we fans. And then again, we invest, you know what I'm saying? So again, we're going to slip up and say we, because I'm guilty of it as well. But we ain't out there putting in that work. We don't know what it takes. And for all the people that want Zach fired and y'all want Al Golden fired and fire everybody, can you replace? Are you good enough? What's the contingency plan behind firing Zach? Because I get it, we can't keep on using the playoff runs. You know what I'm saying? Even though we had two winning seasons after that, but it was no playoff appearances. You know what I'm saying? We just wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? So you have to accept that. But it's entertainment. It's a sport. I got the Lakers going on right now. You know what I'm saying? My FC Cincinnati guys lost to Columbus. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to a game 3. Shout out to FC for making the postseason. So now we got it's a best of 3. You know what I'm saying? So hope we can pull it off. We lost 4-0. Had the UC Bearcats have a meltdown as well last night versus Utah. They got blown out. Ohio State did their thing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I'm good because I'm not just rooting for just one team. You know what I'm saying? I got several teams to entertain me. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's all I'm here for, is to be entertained. And hopefully that they give me a win. So basically what we want to do is, I don't gamble on them, but you just want to talk some shit. And so that's what I was looking forward to. I was saying like, look, I need the Bengals to win this game so I can talk some shit. But I wanted it more for them than me. You know what I'm saying? Because they out there getting it in. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to learn how to just humble yourself and realize, like, okay, this is just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I got to go on about my business. I got to deal with the week ahead. You know, you ain't got to deal with the Bengals next week because they got their bye at 3-9. But like Zach was saying in the clip, he was saying, like, I know y'all get tired of me hearing this. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one thing I can say about Zach. I don't want to keep on hearing you trying to find a way. I need you to create a way. You know, because I want people to get off his back, because, you know, people keep on mentioning Marvin Lewis, but they don't want him to come back as a head coach. If anything, I didn't want Marvin to get let go, but I knew that the fans wanted him gone, and I got tired of him taking all the blame, because I get it. His whole motto was do your job. So if I'm coaching you up and you ain't accepting my coaching, as Zach said in the piece, you know what I'm saying? We out here as coaches, you know what I'm saying? We doing what we, but the guys have to respond. They have to go out there and play. Then again, they have to communicate, like, coach, this ain't what to do. Let's go to this. And I'm pretty sure the coaches will listen, you know what I'm saying, because they out here performing. And at the end of the day, whatever adjustments you make, whatever play is called, you have to execute. You can't keep on relying on the coaches to coach you up. You grown ass men getting paid millions plus incentives. And let me speak on that. I knew, because we lost to the Kansas City Chiefs the following year in the AFC Championship. So that is success that we wasn't seeing in the 90s. I don't know. All y'all new fans, y'all don't miss me with all this past 4 years. I don't want to hear that shit. You ain't lived in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? You can go back and watch some stuff, you know what I'm saying, but you ain't lived it. People was begging me to, man, why you keep on rooting for them? It was almost like it was aggravating them because I'm still supporting a team that's not good. But this is my team. I mean, I can like other teams. I may like players from other teams that I wish was on my team. That's why we got Madden. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got ESPN NFL 2K5 that I still play on PS2. And so I got an idea because you go through, once the offseason comes, you know what I'm saying, and you finish up the Super Bowl or whatever, and then you go into the offseason, it start breaking down categories. Who retired? Do you want to pay them a nice lump sum to come back and play, or let them walk? You know what I'm saying? Let them retire. Boom. You let them retire, opens up your cap. Now you got more cap money, you know what I'm saying, to now where you either going to go into free agency or you're going to preserve some of that cap for your draft. Because you really go through a real draft. You know what I'm saying? You got to, so you can set up to where a computer can pick for you or you manually do it. I like to manually do it, you know what I'm saying, because I get an idea of what it takes or getting an idea of what the real people in real life do versus a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like week to week, you know what I'm saying? You got a preparation where you're going to have them work, hit the weights, you know what I'm saying? Where they're working on arms, where they're working on legs, quads, positions, you know what I'm saying? Your quarterback, drop back, scramble, with your wide receivers, you know what I'm saying? Release, hand position, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Like you really have to prep, like you really have to put them through a workout. So this ain't no video game. What Zach doing, what Al doing, this ain't no fucking video game, man. Like they out here doing this shit for real. And because we think that we good on a video game and we can draft well on a video game, you think you can really do that? I even opposed this to one of my homies, man. Like, look, and be careful what you ask for. What if the fans get the option or get the privilege to draft our team? Now, again, a lot of people will say like, "Oh, I'll jump in, and say I'll do this." No, it's easier said than done. I'm saying, but what's the contingency plan with moving on from your current staff? And I always say, don't listen to us. It's fans. We fans. If you ain't actually did with what you complaining about, you know what I'm saying, you just spewing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you just frustrated. You know what I'm saying? That we all was. You know, so I was frustrated. You know what I'm saying? But it was 50-something seconds left, and I knew better. I've seen this shit before. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, that's when I came to grips. Like, I want this Bengals. I do. But I want y'all to want it more than me. You got to want it more than me. If you want it more than me, you know what I'm saying, y'all going to be good. You know what I'm saying? If you listening to us being distracted by what we talking about, we just mad because we lost money on you. Or you did, or we didn't pick you to win, you know what I'm saying, but you didn't cover the spread. You know what I'm saying? You putting pressure on. I even heard some shit that's real, you know what I'm saying, because with the fact that you can gamble, there's one thing you have fantasy. Now that you can gamble with the prize picks and all that shit, I'm hearing allegations that players are getting harassed and getting attacked because, oh, you didn't hit that buzzer beater, or you didn't get that power play if you're talking hockey, you know what I'm saying, or you didn't hit that goal if you're talking soccer or football. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we integrated gambling into something that's supposed to just be fun and entertaining, now it's a problem. Like we hate motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, because they ain't covering or you didn't win. It's out of your hands. So the best thing you can do is move on and join a team that's doing better. Y'all always talk about Lou and Arumo. I mean, they lost to the Squillers earlier, you know what I'm saying? But they 7-2. Lou got that defense over there doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and glaze the Colts. You know what I'm saying? Pittsburgh kept on popping up in some of the chat, in some of the Bengal chats I was talking about. I'm like, oh, okay, well, see y'all glazing the Steelers. You know what I'm saying? No, even though we just beat them a few Thursdays ago, they still got a better record than us, but it was a win nonetheless. Go. They got 6 rings. Go join the Squillers. At the end of the day, it's entertainment, and you don't have to watch this team. It's frustrating. I get it. It's frustrating more for me because I want to win more for them, and the incentive of me is to talk shit like, hey, they got it. You know what I'm saying? We 4-5. That was the idea. We can go into the bye week 4-5, and it just didn't quite about go their way. I like what Chase Brown said about the first couple of weeks. The defense carried the offense because the offense couldn't score. The thing that made me want to hold the players accountable was the thing that he said later in the clip is that on offense we're scoring points now on offense. What the fuck was that at the first 4 weeks? Because y'all was putting pressure on the defense, putting them out there so much because y'all couldn't sustain drives. You know what I'm saying? 3rd and longs. You know what I'm saying? Can't sustain and execute and move the chains. So it's gonna fall on your defense when they out there. And I don't know what the fuck happened today against the Bears. That was something else. You know what I'm saying? I guess they want to return the favor to the offense. Like, oh, did you remember what y'all did for us the first 4 weeks? Now we going, nah, I don't want that. And if that's going on, yeah, let's just go ahead and just clean house and just get rid of all this shit. Because it's just I don't know where all these new Bengal fans came from. Now they starting to slowly decline, especially since Burrow been hurt. They've been slowly declining. They've been exposing themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, y'all ain't Bengal fans. Y'all Burrow fans. Y'all Jamar Chase fans. Things of that nature. And I'm gonna put some accountability on Burrow. He's a part of why he getting hurt, extending plays and trying to do magical shit. And he don't ever want to go cut from under center. He always want to be in his college shotgun shit. And then we got to run out of that. You know what I'm saying? You make it obvious. He wanted to bring back Chase. We knew he was going to get extended. You know what I'm saying? Then you wanted to work something out to where you could bring back T. Higgins. Cool. And then you get your Mike Gesicki. You know what I'm saying? The only defensive player that he advocated for was the hurt hip dude. We got the hurt hips right now. You know what I'm saying? That's Trey Hendrickson. I want him out of here. He want to follow up. Now he got other people wanting to get removed and traded. Man, bye. Get all y'all up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because what you showing me is you didn't want to be here. And maybe Duke Tobin may need to be replaced with a Marvin Lewis because they don't want Marvin Lewis to be a head coach, but maybe he can replace Duke. You know what I'm saying? We can scout better. You know what I'm saying? We can draft better and so on and so forth. You know, and even though Marvin Lewis wasn't ever perfect, you know what I'm saying? Like he made this team relevant, whether y'all want to believe it or not. Oh, he went 0-7 in the playoffs. How many playoff appearances since 91 did the Bengals make? How many playoff appearances did they achieve before Marvin Lewis? I'm gonna take them 5 straight playoff appearances, you know what I'm saying, with Andy Dalton at the helm. They didn't win, but we wasn't making the playoff. Hell, we weren't even winning in the regular season. This is how I know y'all ain't real fans. This is how I know y'all or y'all want to ignore the fact because you letting national pundits get in your head. They don't care about your team. They happy to be able to still talk shit about the team because they want to go back to Mike Brown and how he don't want to open up his wallet and all that. Bengals ain't been cheap since they what was that, a few years ago? They spent $200 million on both sides, and unfortunately, that's the nature of the game. people get injured and they get hurt. Maybe they didn't train well. I don't know, but I don't want to hear nothing about the organization being cheap. And now they got to be a little tight with their bread. I'm saying, because you got the likes of the Andre Smiths and you extend the Dre Kirkpatricks. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not saying that the coaches shouldn't take some blame, but they ain't gonna take all the blame, man. Like, I'm not going for it. I'm saying, because I watch enough sports, I watch enough football. Or I was shitting on Jesse Bates. I'm saying, because it never fails. It never fails. Any stream I'm in, any Bengal stream I'm in, I'm saying, I'm guaranteed to see something about, oh, they let these players walk. Y'all let Marvin Lewis walk, and now and y'all want him gone because 17, 18 years, 7 playoff appearances, and no win. All right, but you believe at least you have something to be like, all right, y'all was done with this team. A lot of y'all bandwagoners, casuals, only around when shit is good. You want to be associated with a winner, you know what I'm saying? And then when they ain't winning, oh, I'm done with this team. Or if Marvin Lewis here, I'm done with this team. Then Marvin Lewis got cut, you know what I'm saying? They bring in Zach. Y'all knew more about Zach than I did. But I know when Zach was 0-10, 0-11 his first year, people was talking that tanking shit that y'all talking now. Y'all, you think you should go ahead and tank for a top draft pick and this and that to get a nice little spot, top 10 pick and all that shit, man? Zach wasn't going for that shit. He's like, nah, we trying to win now. You know what I'm saying? If we can get some wins up on our belt, you know what I'm saying, and then build from that. It's hard to build from an 0-16. Why would y'all want to be a part of an 0-16 like the Lions and the Browns? And I think maybe once upon a time, Tampa Bay, when they was the popsicles, you know what I'm saying? I at least know the Browns and the Lions did it, if I'm not mistaken. Why would you want to be a part of that? What's the loser mentality? You know what I'm saying? You want to tank? How is, and y'all talk about drafting, how hell, even when Marvin Lewis here, you know what I'm saying, how the drafting was suspect. Does it really make a difference? It's all about who want to be here, who's talented, and who want to be the first. I need people that want to come here and do it. There's nothing special about going to Pittsburgh with 6 titles and then you ain't doing nothing new. All you doing is trying to be a part of some shit. Why won't you want to be the first? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where we fell in that. You know what I'm saying? And again, I was never too trying to be all into the business side of shit. I just want y'all to win, because at the end of the day, I'm not a part of I'm not in the war room. I'm not I have no skin in the game as far as like how the roster is constructed. Like I said, that's why we got Madden and all that shit to appease to our enthusiasm of what we wish this team would do. If I was the coach, if I was this, I was there, you know what I'm saying? You ain't. We do a lot of what ifs, and you ain't it. You ain't good enough. You're not talented enough. And when you come to grips that you ain't good enough to say what this team to do, you can gripe all you want, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, and then y'all come, and then y'all try to like, oh, I know they ain't gonna do it. Well, why you spewing? If you know they ain't gonna do it. If you know the history of this organization, I'm saying, why you still hanging on? Why did you come back? Then I had to go and say some shit to this guy that switched up. I think it was like, was it when we I think we took out the Baltimore Ravens. That was our second. I think that was our second run. But prior to that, when we were our Super Bowl run, this dude was a Raven fan. Then he switched up, and because this shit was on my algorithm, you know what I'm saying? Because I used to like, you know what I'm saying, especially after we whoop their ass, you know what I'm saying, or beat them. Because I think that's when Hubbard ran it back 99 yards or whatever. All of a sudden, I'm saying, I'm thinking like, because he, like I say, on my algorithm, I'm like, wait a minute, this is just the same motherfucker that was a Raven fan. Now he switched up. I'm like, okay, he's a Joe Burrow stan. And the only reason why I'm giving Joe Burrow a hard time is because of all these people that's on his coattail and defending him. Y'all let me know y'all not Bengal fans. Y'all always talking about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow got to do better. He got to help. He got to prevent himself he got to help himself not get hurt. You can't just call for 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a disgruntled defensive end. Where's the, you don't? That's it. Just Trey Hendrickson. No saying no other person on defense. Or even if they're not on the team, you know what I'm saying, maybe somebody that's maybe being free agency that you can go for. You know what I'm saying? You ain't think about none of that because they don't think of, see, when you're an offensive player, you ain't think about the defensive side of the ball. You think about your side and what you want. And I think one of the mistakes I think I heard Joe Burrow say, and I'm paraphrasing him saying, he said, I want to play with my friends. And y'all want to blame coaching? You don't want to ever give players no accountability? He had a chance to lock it up with Uno because they played at LSU. Although he started with T, because T got drafted from Clemson, and T got hurt his first year, as well as Burrow. You know what I'm saying? We get Jamar year 2, make it to the Super Bowl. He probably could have. You could have went with Penei Sewell, who's the right tackle for the Lions, who are doing well. People got Super Bowl aspirations for them, but so Burrow has a voice because if I'm not mistaken, he advocated and they went and got his wide receiver. You had T, you had some other guys that you can develop. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need 2 number ones, as they say now. You know what I'm saying? You realize how good T is. Now T can be a number 1 on any team. He could have just like, all right, I wish you well, but we had fun at LSU. We got a national championship. You thinking if you bring him here, you automatically like, this ain't LSU, bro. You got to think for the betterment of your team. I know that's your boy. Y'all can still be boys, but y'all can be opposites. You know what I'm saying? Now he got to play with whoever who would have picked him up. Because I think Jamar went in the 2nd round or some shit like that. But you could have got a right tackle. You could have started help building up your protection. Because remember, bro, brother, it would probably wasn't your fault. You know what I'm saying? Whoever was the left tackle or the left guard let you down and shredded your knee. You gotta start thinking about your well-being, and we got you through 2029. Assuming you don't ask for a trade, because everybody want, Burrow, they wasted his good years. All right, man, whatever, man. Fuck that. I'm a Bengal fan, man. I done had the likes of Carson Palmer, which again, Heisman came to the team. You know what I'm saying? And I supported him. I was more of an Ocho and a TJ Huzmazada. If you and then again, shit, before Carson, because I think Carson set his first year. He didn't come straight in. So you had John Kitna. John Kitna was doing all right. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't, quarterback is great. You know what I'm saying? But if he ain't healthy, he can't help you. You know what I'm saying? And you can blame the organization, you know what I'm saying? But I'm blaming him for not advocating for more protection. And maybe, and then again, maybe you shouldn't worry about the defensive side of the ball, you know what I'm saying? But get some protection for yourself, bro. You got T. Higgins and whoever else, you know what I'm saying? And let Jamar go. But that ain't the case, you know what I'm saying? Penei Sewell is at the Lions, and we end up getting Chase. And we made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hold on to that because that's recent. Before 89, I mean, after 89, there wasn't nothing going on. I wasn't old enough to remember the 88, 80, 81. But yeah, I you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Boomer Esiason, Icky Woods, James Brooks. God damn it. Everybody. You know what I mean? And then again, some odd years later, who knew that, okay, I wanted a playoff win because I got tired of hearing Stephen A. Smith talking about win the damn playoff game. Why y'all act like y'all care about the Bengals? When it come down to it, y'all thinking about players that you like. And then the Joe Burrow come along, and now y'all really want to double down. Like, y'all don't fucking care about the Bengals, man. Stephen A's, the motherfucking, y'all know who we are. They know who they are. They'll never see this shit, you know what I'm saying? But y'all looking at the history that Joe Burrow made at LSU and y'all want to be associated with somebody that's getting the shine. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, the Bengals. Oh, Boomer Esiason tried to tell him not to go. Carson Palmer, everybody trying to hear shit Carson Palmer talking about because he gave up. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do enough to get what he wanted. He just wanted to be a little bitch from USC. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's something about them USC guys, man. Like, I don't know. But Carson kind of fucked it up for me with USC. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they had some good talent. But it's like that when that talent come here, you don't want to express it. You know what I'm saying? You want to live in the sorrows of what you heard about this team. Do something different, man. Like, don't wait for the fans to say some shit. If y'all hearing us and it's something that we saying, it's something that you feel like, okay, cool, do something about it. We can't do nothing. And we putting out what we feel should happen. But if the players ain't doing shit, saying anything, let alone going out and performing at a high level like that, like again, I need you to play like you was playing when you was playing for free. Everybody talking about I want to secure the bag. I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because for one, you don't have to play football, but you figure like, okay, I don't want to work a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? I'm too special for that. So again, this is even though it's a sport, it's still your job. You gotta earn your extensions. You know what I'm saying? You gotta earn it. You don't give me shit. I don't give a fuck what. Oh, this person say I should get this. I'm saying, did you earn it? You fuck what another motherfucker say? Because the motherfuckers that's shitting on your team, they don't like your team. They don't even want you here. They want this team to be exiled to extinction, to where either do what the Browns did, send them somewhere else, or just get rid of them. At this point, man, like shit, let's scrap the whole thing, and that's not had no team. And then y'all be sitting here stuck, having to root for the Reds. Y'all don't fuck with soccer. FC making the playoffs, but I ain't supporting them. Yeah, they lost 4-0 to Columbus, but it's the Columbus. Columbus Crew ain't no pump. But FC did take the first one. And then Columbus got the second one. Now we got to go to the game 3. You know what I'm saying? So let's go FC when it's all said and done. You know what I mean? We got college hoops jumping off. It ain't gonna be nothing major, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna see what type of product UC got out there, you know what I'm saying? Not making the tournament for Lord knows how long. But they got a small school they starting out with, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna see what it do. You know what I'm saying? Just to get college basketball jumping off, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the Bearcat football team took a beat down to Utah on Saturday night to drop 7-2 overall, 5-1 in the conference today. So they still looking good to at least hopefully they can win out and get into the Big 12 championship. You understand? Then we got the state of Ohio. God damn it, them Buckeyes holding it down. People say they should drop the number 2 because Indiana been playing well. Okay, cool. We're gonna see what Indy. Go ahead and give us a number 2 spot. We'll take number 2. Undefeated. 8-0 and undefeated in the conference. You know what I'm saying? So we got forgot who they got next week. You know what I'm saying? But however the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Ohio State in a good position. That's what helps me curve my enthusiasm with my Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Because I was looking at the end of that UC game as they was getting blown out and was seeing the poor tackling going on in that. And I prepared myself. I was like, oh God, now I got to go and watch this shit on Sunday. And it was worse. It was worse than expected. You know what I'm saying? You was hoping that, they'd tighten it up. But yeah, that last possession is I don't know. I can't put that on coaching, man. I just can't entirely. Because I just can't, man. There's no way you that bad getting paid millions because everybody always want to throw the bag out there depending on the narrative. I just can't put it all on the coaching. I ain't saying no accountability, but you can't not put no accountability on the players, and you can't put it saying that they ain't not coaching these guys. And again, maybe the organization messed up with who they brought in. But you here now? This is a privilege. Come on down here with me and work a 9 to 5. And you a gladiator, motherfucker. You shouldn't be here working on 9 to 5 in no warehouse with me or wherever I'm working at. You should be out here doing gladiator shit. And then you have to appreciate and understand the privilege that you have to play this game. Ain't nothing guaranteed. Average NFL season, depending on your skill position, is 3 to 4 years. Say running back. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? I know who was that? Kenny Irons. Never made it out of the preseason. Kajana Carter struggled to come back because he got injured in the preseason, and we didn't see him for years under contract. But Kajana Carter never bounced back. That was a Penn State alumni. Kenny Irons was a Auburn Tigers alumni. It's a tough business, but I'll just try to stay out of the money side of it all, man. I'm gonna play some more from let's go to C Brown, Uno, and Teddy.
Your composure after a game like this. It's not fun when you lose, huh?
This Uno right here, Jamar Chase.
I guess I'll ask you the same question I asked last week. How hard or what's it going to be like maintaining hope through the bye week of the second half?
I go back to practice, work, and just play football.
Felt like you guys are kind of on the other end of what happened last week. You're rallying in the fourth quarter. You scored 2 touchdowns on like a minute of game time. What goes through your mind when you score that second touchdown and take the lead?
The defense get a stop.
How difficult is it to stay unified and make sure that it's not offense versus defense in this locker room? How difficult is that going to be? Given the emotion.
I don't know. I've never been in this situation. I don't know how to handle it. I don't know. I'm just trying to stay positive.
One of the positive notes from today would have been T getting going. What did you see on his 44-yard touchdown catch?
Just unbelievable. Just
that was an unbelievable catch.
Great catch.
I thought that was an incomplete pass.
At some point, as a leader or any of the leaders on the offense, is it good to get on the defense or you stay in your lane?
I'm going to stay in my lane. I don't want no defensive player come and chew me out about what I'm doing.
When you guys have
still want to blame coaching? They're not holding each other accountable. They're on the field playing the game. And if you seeing something, you want to say on your side of the ball, all right, cool, you know what I'm saying? But where's the team camaraderie? It almost seems like it's a divide. And then that comes to Zach lost the locker room. Did he? Or has the locker room lost their way? Jamar got his bag, and he performing. I don't want to take nothing away from him, but it don't stop there. You done got your triple crown. You got your rookie of the year. You got your Super Bowl appearance. Why won't you step up and say something? You know what I'm saying? You're a leader, man. You consider one of the leaders now, man. Like, because you lead by your performance. And that's probably the best way you can do. But if you're seeing some imperfections, maybe you need to get with a Jordan Battle. Who out there else? Geno Stone. And get with them, and y'all need to do some extra shit after practice, man. Stay longer. Fuck going on vacation this bye week. Fuck going to the club. Y'all need to be on y'all film study. Something serious. Because what I'm taking from coach is we coaching these guys, and you can you know what I'm saying. Come at me up. I'm not putting it all on the coaches, man, when they out there doing their job, man, and guys not responding. And so Yeah, guys gotta find their way because it's gonna you thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm saying what and do the same shit because if you go somewhere else and the coach is trying to coach you up and you doing the same shit you was doing what you was doing in Cincinnati, you an epic fail. Hold your brothers accountable, man. Like if you seeing they and especially if you know if you feel that they ain't talented, all right, stay away from them. But if you feel that they're talented and something going on, and I get it, these are human beings at the end of the day too, fans. After they done entertaining us, they go back to life and try to make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? And probably look at the comments. You know what I'm saying? And go on their IGs and all that. You know what I'm saying? And post up some shit. You know what I'm saying? But what I said is like, as much as I love Uno, it got me an Uno jersey. I ain't burning no jerseys and none of that shit. If I ever run into him and he ever came across some of my comments and stuff like that, don't say I stand on it, bro. Like I fuck with you. But I don't want you to keep on deferring. Oh, that's a Zach question. That's a Zach question. No, I'm asking you. And what I liked about Chase Brown, I'm about to go into this clip, is he was doing his best to not try to throw anybody under the bus, especially the defense.
Back-to-back games where, you scored 38 points, over 40 points today. As an offense, does it almost feel like you guys are in disbelief to the point of like, what more can we do? Or how are you compartmentalizing these two losses?
Well, I think for us is, we made some good plays, but we also weren't perfect. So that's what you're chasing this game is perfection at the end of the day. There's a lot of things that we could have been better in. And, when we go and watch a film, we'll learn from them and move on. And, just control what we can control. At the end of the day, losing like that is, it's unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievable. Last play of the game, like, it sucks. But that's NFL. You got to play to the last second. You can't let up even when you feel like the momentum shifted. So that would be how I'm feeling right now, is just play all the way through. And
What was wrong through your head walking back to the locker room, Chase?
probably the same as what was running through your head. Like what the what the
When did that emotion change to just anger, knowing how differently the season could have looked if you closed out the last 2 weeks?
he felt like he that's what it is. I'd be lying if I said it didn't set us back from where we wanted to be. We want to be. Our mentality was 3-0 going into this bye week, and we could have easily done it. That's the sickening part. It's like we could have easily done it.
One of the tensions it looks like is building between the offense and defense, at least from the outside. What do you do as a leader on this team, as someone to kind of prevent that from happening?
Just don't turn on each other. Like we know how they can play. They played really well at the start of the season. Like they did, and they were carrying us on their back. So now that we're stepping up, I think
because offense won shit first 4 weeks, and the defense was carrying them, getting them the ball back, and they'd go 3 and out. Now the tables can turn. I don't like it, but I hope that ain't the case, that they return the favor to the offense. You know what I'm saying? Because they put up 38 and they put up 42. You should win, but you got to stop the other team from scoring. And them boys got to tackle, man. Like that's been my, even since we want to bring up Marvin Lewis, even with Marvin, some of his defenses didn't tackle well, man. And that's just like, and they had their moments though. You know what I'm saying? They have their moments, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like almost like the offense just stalled. You go back to week 1 in 2024, everybody always bring up the New England game. They always say that's the game that kept the Bengals out of the playoffs. Nah, 4th and 16 or whatever it was when the pass interference with Newton against Kansas City in week 2. And then you botch another game the following week. Like, think about all the other losses that came after week 1. that you should have won. You got your ass whooped in Tennessee, a beat down. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't tackle. Right. So it's just not entirely just coaching, man. You have to be coachable, man. You have to study your playbook. You have to study your opponent the week that you're playing them, and you have to get in your film study, man. It's just it's that, you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta be in the right spots. You know what I'm saying? And maybe Al ain't doing his best. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not putting it all on coaching because they sometimes they be timely with stops and then they get off the field. And then 3 plays later, the offense put them back out there. It's tough. It's tough. So yeah, it's gonna fall. They was taking the brunt of the blame, you know what I'm saying? But today I put a lot of the blame on them too, you know what I'm saying? Because the offense, like you said, Chase Brown said, they're putting up points now. The first 2 weeks, y'all struggled. First 4 weeks, you know what I'm saying? But them 2 games y'all won in week 2, y'all started fast. People's they need to start fast. And I asked my boy this too. I'm saying, okay, they start fast. What if they don't finish strong? Remember how they, you know what I'm saying? This is where the optimism kick in for me, even at 3-6, we get a bye week. Because all these struggles, these previous years, they always find a way to win. They always finish strong after the bye week. And I always hear people say, like, oh, they can't play against, they better not play like this against this team, or they play like this against this team. And then they end up putting up a fight, you know what I'm saying? But they just don't make enough plays to win a game. And shout to Charlie Jones, who everybody was down on, including myself, you know what I'm saying? Because he seemed like he'd be timid with the run backs, with the kickoffs. Hey, you set it off, boy, babies. 11 seconds into the game, Bengals up 7-0, you know what I'm saying? But then we give it right back. And somebody's talking about it's possible that it was going to be a shootout, and we did have that. But then we failed back 14. Been in them situations before. And then they made a run for it, and it just wasn't no. You do got to finish. You know what I'm saying? You got to get that. You got to get that stop. You got to get that stop. With the Bears not having no timeouts, but the defense was getting exposed all game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why we thought it would be any different. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was just saying, like, hey, y'all got to want it more than me. Y'all not the TV. Y'all got to want it more than me. I want this, but y'all got to want it more than me. Because I just want to talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they got to be 4-5 going into the bye. You know what I'm saying? But now it ain't that. It's 3-6. You got to live with that. And so, for me, this how I interpret stuff different, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not so quick to want somebody fired. I know how it feels to be fired, you know what I'm saying? So it's not a good thing, especially when you're doing well. I just recently went through that back in August, you know what I'm saying? But you got to help your coach out, man. Like, play, step up. Somebody got to step up, man. And then when you're talking with grown men, there's only so much you can say to them. I mean, to Uno's point about, I don't want nobody coming and telling me about me. And so he feel like it's not his job to tell whoever, they just try not to throw each other under the bus. And that's what fans want. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear who's at fault. You know what I'm saying? Who you think is the weakest link and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just want to be entitled to all the information that we don't really want for real. You know what I'm saying? We just want the team to win. So I'm just trying to get back into the space of, like, okay, but it's probably going to be kind of hard to go back to it because I'm in it now. But letting the professionals do what they do. Let me sit back, do my regular life thing, and tune back in, because all the people just griping and complaining and saying y'all gonna tune in. You're gonna still go to the games. You're still gonna buy season tickets because marketing is gonna bring you back in. So your job as a fan, if you're feeling that the product isn't satisfying, stop supporting it. Oh, I ain't gonna. I'm always gonna be. I ain't gonna stop. All right, well, your spewing is just that. on that. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's all you got is complaints, and you can't do nothing about it. Because if you ain't good enough to take Zach's job, if you ain't got the money to buy, they should sell the team. That's cool if it's gonna make the organization better. Yeah, it just comes down to being accountable as fans at this point, you know what I'm saying? Because we see what it is. You know what I'm saying? You've been seeing what it is for some time now, and you still keep coming back. New England doing good now. Mike Vrabel, that was a name that y'all wanted to come to Cincinnati. Mike ain't coming here. You know what I'm saying? Because then I keep on mentioning players that or coaches that need more than what Zach has. You know what I'm saying? They need more power or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? They need more they need more rain. And y'all say stuff like that, and then y'all back up like, well, we know they ain't gonna do it. Why are you talking about it? If they ain't been doing it, until they do it, they ain't gonna do it. And you need to understand that. You do understand that. But you want to bitch a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because like me, you want your team to win. You know what I'm saying? So we just going about it different ways. In a moment, I'm right there. And probably tomorrow when I wake up, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be like, because I'm gonna come across some more new commentary about what happened Sunday night. And soak it in and do it. Like Zach said, we deserve all the criticism that we get. So I'm sensing some accountability because Zach realizes that he's not, and again, he got to take the whole grunt of everything, you know what I'm saying, of everything, you know what I'm saying, because he don't make all the decisions, you know what I'm saying, he's just a coach. And everybody wants to say, oh, he's not just coach of the offense, he's just coach of the Bengals, you know what I'm saying, fair enough. But he only can do so much, you know what I'm saying, and maybe they advocated for specific players, maybe it's some of the players that y'all wanted. And maybe they went after some of them. This is what they was offering, I'm saying, and maybe they're like, nah, we good, we gonna do this. But as Zach says, until something else happens, like I think one of the reporters asked, you know what I'm saying, like going into the bye week, you know what I'm saying, I got thinking about some trades and all this, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm fucking with who we got in the locker room right now. And now if something else comes about, I'm not worried about that until that comes about. We'll come to that when we come to that. But right now, I'm going to fuck with the guys I got in here right now, and I'm going to try to get them right. And I think, like I said, my whole thing is him saying we're trying to find, you know what I'm saying, the whole find, no, creative way, Zach. You got it in you. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing this shit for 7 years, and then not to mention all what you was doing before you got your head coaching opportunity. Make it happen. If you get fired for saying too much, I fuck with you, you know what I'm saying, because you did something that the fans advocated for, you know what I'm saying, and you went about it how you went about it, and maybe you said something, and they want to get rid of you, you know what I'm saying, because they figure you overstepping. People already said Zach, he in over his head. Well, fuck it. I don't mind him being in over his head if he feel he need to say something. And maybe he did, but this is what we gonna give you, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to work with what you work with. Now, it's easy for Zach to be all disappointed and say, like, no, man, you know what? Y'all don't want to give me what I want. Trade me. You know what I'm saying? The fans want me out here anyway. He says, what did Zach say? He said, I deal with a lot of adversity here in Cincinnati. God damn it. And I'm gonna speculate, you know what I'm saying? Y'all remember when I was 0-11, 0-10, or whatever it was before I won my first, I think I finished the season 2-14 or whatever it was. It was the tank for 2 a game. What's up, Shane? Doing the stream, man, about the loss today, brother. Thanks for tuning in. But now, if Zach get fired for standing his ground, I'm with that. I just don't want him just to be fired, you know what I'm saying, because some fans say they want him gone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Terrible loss, man. We're just not a good team right now, you know what I'm saying? man, it's bad. But like I was just saying through all my streams, go back and run it back, man, if you feel like it. But I was just saying, man, I'm not putting it all on. I'm not putting it all on coaching. I gotta hold the players accountable. They're getting paid millions. There's people like to always throw out the bag. They're getting paid millions. You got to step up and make plays, man. You got to execute. And that's pretty much what Zach was saying. Like, man, we got to own it, man. Like, it's gonna be a lot of people pointing fingers. Now, Teddy Karras said this. He's like, man, like it's gonna be a lot of the reporter asked him something about something, you know what I'm saying? But basically he was saying like the fans gonna do enough of about finger pointing. He's like the fans gonna do a lot of that for us. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go back to work. This is our livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Fans, we just tune in to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? We ain't good enough to play this game. We can't make no difference other than calling for somebody's job. How's that working out for them? Washington got their ass whooped by Seattle. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up off, man. I ain't mean to go hard, but man. Till next time, hope we bounce back, get a week off, head to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got them a win against the Colts, so they're riding a high. I don't know if they got a bye week as well, but they're riding them a little high. Hope they got that same energy when we come to Pittsburgh in 2 weeks. But that's all I got, man. Until then, who they all day, especially on game days. We up. Congratulations on that hundo, brother. All right, we up, man.